Hey guys, here's everybody's favorite YouTube guy back, and I just got back from an awards ceremony where I got the award for Best Stutter. I know it just has nothing to do with stutters, but it's just a cool trophy they decided to give me because, I stutter a lot. Now today we're going to fucking shoot ourselves in the head because we're doing the Marvel Spider-Man review. I didn't want to make this video for many reasons. One reason being, I didn't want to watch part 2. I didn't want to watch the second half of this show. But I'm stuck here. So, let's just get started. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, go watch that because you're going to be super confused with stuff I mentioned from part 1 and part 2. Now, let's all take Prozac right now before we start. Part 2 is horrible. I don't like it. I want to know why? Because they push so much stuff in your face. It makes your brain hurt. So part 2 is split into 3 different storylines. We have The Rise of Doc Ock, parts 1 through 4, Spider Island, parts 1 through 5, because Season 1, Spider Island, Miles 3 months. Yeah. And we also have Hobgoblins Part 1 and 2, which is the season finale. Let's just get started right now with how bad all these storylines are, as in none of them connect or have any sort of distinction, and they all go wobbly, and they're just horrible. Oh. Now, while the first half tried to tell genuine Spider-Man stories, the first half, it did that. It tried to tell genuine Spider-Man stories. This half wants to just throw as much fucking shit at you as it wants. Let's just start off with Rise of Doc Ock. I will give Rise of Doc Ock this. The first 2 parts are decent. I like them. They're a return to form. The first part is where Spider-Man is facing the Crimson Dynamo, the female Crimson Dynamo. I don't remember what her name is, but we will figure that out in the editing process. And he fights her, Doc Ock. And then Otto Octavius, who's a teacher at Peter's school, they find out that he's running a secret experiment underneath the Horizon High. And explosion, tentacles on the back, typical Doc Ock stuff. Although what happens at first is Doc Ock tries to become a hero, and him and Spider-Man team up. And they form sort of partnership. And it's good. I like it. Congrats for not making all of it horrible. Part 2 is Doc Ock, Spider-Man, and other Spider-Man work together, and they're fighting crime, and it's yay! I love that other character so much. His series got canceled. I'm so excited. Just kidding. I like Miles sometimes. I don't like him in this show. I don't like him. Bendis wrote him, but I'm hoping another writer does decide to take him up because he has potential as a good character. They just need to get more from Peter Parker. They should have never brought him into the main role anyways. Scratch out of that. Part 2 is them all working together to stop the Lizard, who's Kirk Connors, but he looks like really weird. He kind of looks like a mixture of the Lisa Fons version and some weird hippie. And he works for Norman Osborn because Norman Osborn is the bad guy. Who could have told that? And it also shows we started getting hints like this. The Jackal is coming back. And that can only lead into good things. But Jackal and all that. It's not bad. There's a giant lizard fight. The web wings start to show up, and the web wings are only there because of Homecoming. I can tell you that for sure. But the first 2 parts, good. So where can we see? And then Doc Ock gets fired from Horizon and goes to Oz Academy. So let's just think. Ooh, he's going to Oz Academy. He's going to hang out with the villains. Let's see how this turns out. Doesn't appear for like half of the next 2 episodes. The storyline's called Rise of Doc Ock, but Doc Ock's barely in parts 3 and 4. Instead, part 3 features Peter going to Horizon High. Not Horizon High. Peter going to Oz Academy trying to figure out what Norman Osborn has planned for him. So he goes with Harry. And Harry's hating Spider-Man still. And then the Rhino comes back. Remember when I told you in part 1 that the Rhino was going to come back being stupider in the second half? This is when that happens. He's got weird hair. He's got weird, like, hair, yeah. I don't know why. Why does he have hair? It just looks dumb. It shows you just how bad it was. They couldn't just afford to make a whole new animated him the whole way, so they just kept his hair the same. I don't know. His freaking model, his animated model was fine in the first. And then Doc Ock shows up for one scene because he knows how to rise of Doc Ock. And it's him and it forming like a Sinister Six, Sinister Five, Osborn team. I don't even remember what they're called. But yeah, they're there. And Harry learns that Peter makes Spider-Man's tech because Peter is Spider-Man. Who would have guessed? And yeah, I'm not frustrated yet. We're getting there. And episode 3 just ends like that. Episode 4 is the worst of the Doc Ock storyline because it brings back Jackal, and Miles is gladly not in this, but Gwen is here. Harry's here. Harry forgives Peter for hating him immediately. But oh wait, character development? Are we actually gonna forgive each other? No. Harry just goes back to immediately hating him towards the end of this episode. So they go to find out where the Jackal's been, because apparently Jackal escaped from prison and nobody knows. I forgot Miles is at the beginning of this episode, so yeah, he's there. But, you know, I don't honestly care. The Jackal is in the end. He's got a whole set of spiders. Norman Osborn comes in. Crazy. This whole new plot. The Spider Army. The Spider War. Jackal Spider Soldiers. Oh, yeah. You can definitely tell that's going to be automatically great by the end of the next step. By the beginning of the next storyline. And then explosion. Norman Osborn's dead. Not really. Norman Osborn is dead, but not really, because we all know Norman Osborn has become Green Goblin eventually. So, what do we do? So, what do we lead into? Harry hates Spider-Man because his father's dead. Jackal's spiders destroyed. Jackal gone. Doc Ock takes control of the Sinister Five because, you know, he's the rise of Doc Ock. He has to be in it. He's here, but he's not really here. And, yeah. There's all that. Rise of Doc Ock? The least infuriating of the 3 storylines of the second half. But it's still infuriating. Okay. Because it's barely any Doc Ock in it. Okay. So, you know how the Jackal spiders exploded? A chemical exploded, giving everyone in New York spider powers, including Gwen Stacy. So you know who shows up in the next episode of the season with spider powers, and is wearing the same exact costume she does in the comics. Gwen Stacy in episode 20. First goddamn season. I'm frustrated with this show's laziness. Because how could you be so lazy to not have any original Peter Parker stories and it's in throw Miles and Gwen and probably Anya Corzine? You know, it's frustrating. But Harry's somehow immune to all this. Everybody in New York gets spider powers except for Harry. Because, you know, Harry's a little special butterfly. He's a very special butterfly. Okay, let's start talking about Spider Island. So part 1 of Spider Island features Spider-Man making the big-time stealth suit. And it's like, cool, I like the design. Then it gets stolen from him. Then it's worn by somebody else. And then the other person commits crimes and there's a new spider. Harry's so fucking pissed off, he wants to kill this other spider. Spoiler alert, it's only 1 of 3 people. Can you guess who it is? I'll wait. GS? Do you know who it is yet? It's obviously this one. Well, it's obviously this one. Obviously. But you know, who cares? Because that person just, whoever it is, gets thrown away And then guess what? Spider-Gwen has powers. Doing the web swings, organic webbing. Miles and Peter are like, whoa, a girl? Because, because almost all TV shows are aimed towards little fucking boys. And they don't accept girl characters, There's plenty of shows that accept girl characters. So, what do we have in part 2? In part 2, everybody figures out they have spider powers. And there's Spider-Man all over. Spider-Man is so pissed off that there's other Spider-Mans that he starts whining like a little baby when Spider-Man tries to come save him. And then this is another one of those weird crossover episodes. We have Crossbones getting spider powers and stealing something for Hydra. Arnim Zola's back. And Black Widow's here. Hooray. But it's whatever. What does this have to do with Spider Island? Who cares? The people in New York come and save his ass. Totally fine. It's whatever. And then parts 3, in all honesty, I didn't watch part 3. It didn't tape on my DVR, and I couldn't see it. So I don't know what happens in part 3. All I know is Kraven happens, and then Gwen and everybody starts mutating into man monsters. Part 4, Harry, Anya, Miles, Peter. Miles is gone, captured, I think. So, yay! But Peter, being a lovable guy he is, decides to go and bring all these untrained people to go fight Jackal at Oscorp, who's controlling the spiders. Guess who's one of the big spiders? Norman Osborn is their Spider King. Yay. Because, we all wanted Norman Osborn to come up as the Spider King. And then, the thing that frustrates me, even more than the Spider-Gwen thing, is to snap Harry out of whatever freaking rage it is to save his dad. Peter has to unmask and tells Harry he's Spider-Man, but guess what? Instead of Harry just accepting him and do the thing he does, the same thing he does to Spider-Man 3, and he absolutely starts hating Peter, because we haven't seen this fucking conflict 3 times already. A couple times already. Part 5. Let's just get this over with. Part 5. Basically, they all cure Spider Island. Everybody gets their powers very normal. Spider-Man's the only hero. Harry gets promoted. His dad's cured. Harry sees the Hobgoblin armor. And boy, does that set up the next plot. And then Spider Island is done. Hopefully we don't do anything that fucking stupid again in the show. So, Court Lane, you egg-headed fuck. Please just learn to do something different. Don't rush things. Please, don't rush things. It just makes the story worse. And then, the Hobgoblins, parts 1 and 2. Part 1 starts out simple enough. Harry and Peter are working together as a crime-fighting duo. Peter and Spidey and Goblin. The Hobgoblin armor looks fucking ugly, but who cares? Honestly, who cares? I don't care. You think I fucking care? I don't. And it all works well and dandy, but great. So, definitely. Definitely, we know what that means is we have to fight Doc Ock and the Sinister Five again. Why the Sinister Five is what I want to know. The Sinister Six was that too bad? Can we not use actual comic things like how Eddie Brock can't be Venom? I don't know. Like how fucking Doc Ock, it looks like a little fat midget instead of the cool. Sounds like me. But yeah. They fight the Sinister Five. Spider-Man gets mind controlled. Harry is ordered by Norman to go kill Spider-Man. And then they decide Peter breaks out of it when Harry almost falls to his death, which will be an improvement over the show. Mind you, don't mind you. But it's okay. We are going to go into the last episode. Let's do this. Spider-Man and Harry are working together still. But then somebody's in Harry's armor when Harry doesn't decide to kill Spider-Man. I guess who's in the armor. No explanation required. So, everybody's favorite dad decides to kill Spider-Man to prove Harry's worth as a hero. Harry decides, I want to get some character development in finally, and says, no, Dad! I don't think you want to get in that costume. It reminds me of the struggles of my dad. But yeah, definitely don't watch. And then it all ends. Norman dies a second time. He dies a second time because the first time wasn't proof enough that he's dead. He's dead a second time. But we all know he's coming back eventually because it's Norman Osborn. He never dies. He's one of those few comic characters that you can never kill off permanently. And then, wow, Harry finds another armory, which I'm guessing includes the Green Goblin stuff. Harry and Peter are friends. The year ends, Spider-Man statue in the front of the school, season over. And I'm so glad because it was so much better not watching this fuckfest. But let's just give the rating. Part 2 is worse than Part 1. I gave Part 1 3 out of 5 stars. Part 2 gets only 1 out of 5 stars. They're only having 1 or 2 entertaining episodes in the whole mix of the freaking 11 episodes of Part 2. It's frustrating, it's hard to watch, and I would not recommend it. I would just watch the first half of Season 1, or Spectacular, or even fucking Ultimate over this fucking shit. So, take with this as you will, and hopefully they fix their shit with Season 2. So let's actually check. What are they doing with Season 2 that's so great? Oh no. No.